What's up everyone, welcome back to a new video. So as you can see by the title of today's video, we will be doing a walk around of my BMW E92 M3 competition. The car is right behind me. So I want to do a quick video of a walk around inside the car, outside the car, show you exactly what it looks like. If you're interested in the E92 M3, you will probably enjoy this video because you will get to see what the car looks like inside and outside. But I'm pretty sure you already know that if that's the car you're interested in. And then I will show you exactly everything that is wrong with my E92 M3 because the car is not perfect. It does need some touch up and stuff like that. I need to repaint some panels, change some panels and just do a full deep clean in order for this car to look presentable like I want it to look in the first place. That is the way I bought the car. I knew all the damages, scuffs and everything like that was already on the car, and I was okay with that because I knew I will end up fixing everything and making this car look the way I want it to look. So I've bought the M3 about 1 month ago, probably a bit over a month, like a week over a month, but I still can't believe I ended up buying this car because I've wanted this car for so many years that the day just came out of nowhere and here I am. I have my BMW E92 M3 that I want to modify and make a lot of videos about. So if you are interested in that, make sure to subscribe because a lot of videos about this E92 M3 are coming soon. I haven't been able to drive the car that much because I just don't have time. Work and life and everything like that is just busy at the moment, but it's just a great feeling that I actually ended up buying the car already. I have that out of the way now. Once we find some more time, I will be starting to modify this car. I actually have one mod already sitting at home for probably over a year because I was actually supposed to buy a different E92 M3 like 1 year ago, but the previous owner unfortunately screwed me over on the car. I wasn't able to buy that car, and then like 1 year later I ended up buying this E92 M3, and that mod that was supposed to go on the other E92 M3, I still have it. It's actually a really nice mod, so that video will be coming soon. I just need to take care of a couple of things on this M3 before I start modifying it. So I have a list of video ideas that I want to make on this car before I get to actually fixing everything and modifying the car. So I want to get them videos out of the way before I do all that. But if you have any video ideas that you would like me to make specifically on my BMW E92 M3, make sure to drop a comment below and I'll try my best to make some of them videos so you can see whatever video ideas you have. So the E92 M3 that I bought is actually fully stock, so there's not much to show on the outside, but I'm still going to do a quick walk around. The fact that the car is actually stock is good in my opinion because I can take care of everything that needs to be taken care of on the outside and the inside of the car, and then I can start fresh with modifying the car exactly how I want it to look. So that is a good base to start from when the car is completely stock. So without wasting any time, I'm going to get into what this video is about, which is a walk around. I'll start on the outside, then I'll go onto the inside, and then I'll show you everything that I need to repair and fix and stuff like that on my E92 M3 in order for the car to look presentable, how I want it to look in the first place. Okay, so we are going to start off with the front end. As you can see, the car is looking beautiful. I cleaned it like 2 days ago. But the first thing you can probably see at the front is the headlights. This headlight definitely needs to be resealed, and this headlight looks all good. I do have a plan on modifying the headlights, which is something I'll go over in another video when I make a video of exactly how I want to modify this car. But straight away you can see the headlights need to be resealed, so that is definitely one of the videos for the future. So moving on to the side of the car, as you can see, it is a competition model, so we actually have some competition wheels, which in my opinion are probably one of the nicest stock wheels that you can buy for this car. And at the moment I'm not planning on replacing these wheels, but all of the wheels are actually scuffed up, so I want to refresh them, paint them again, fix them up, make them look fresh, because in my opinion wheels make the car look so much better when they are nice and fresh and clean. So that is one of the things we will be doing in one of the future videos as well. Here we have the side angle of the car. As you can probably see, I think every angle on this car is just amazing. The shape on the E92 is by far one of my favorite chassis when it comes to any BMW, hands down. This E92 model is just my favorite generation for sure, and that is the reason it's one of my dream cars. It handles well, the engine is nice, the downshifts and everything like that are just amazing. The handling is so good on this car that you just need to try it out to know what I'm talking about. So moving on to the back of the car, once again it's all stock. we do have to replace this badge because it is actually quite faded. The colors have faded, so that is going to be replaced. Also, the main BMW badge on the trunk will be getting replaced because it is also faded, and having fresh badges on a car will make the car look that bit better, which in my opinion, this car definitely deserves to look as good as possible. Just look at this angle. I don't know how you can't like the E92 M3. I think it's just one of the nicest looking cars. I do have other dream cars, but this is like probably the cheapest dream car at the moment. All the other ones are so much more expensive, so this is gonna have to do for now until I can actually afford all the other cars that I want. So I think that's pretty much it for the outside of the car. We do have one more thing, which is the carbon roof. As you can see and hear, it is carbon, real carbon, and it needs to be repaired as well. As you can see, the clear coat right there is failing, and right there as well. So the whole carbon roof needs to be repaired. I need to take the clear coat off and repaint it with clear coat in order for the carbon hood to look brand new again, and that is definitely something I will be taking care of in one of the future videos as well. Now, the clear coat peeling on the carbon fiber roof is actually a common problem on these E92 M3s. I've also heard it's a problem on the F80 and the F82 M3 and M4, but that is a common problem. I knew about it, and I will be repairing this carbon roof for it to look brand new again, because I don't like the way that looks. It's kind of yellow as well, so I definitely want to repair it and make it look nice again. So as you can see, the rear window is tinted, this window here is tinted, and also we have tint on front windows. I'm not sure what the percentage is of the tint, but in my opinion it looks good, so I'm gonna leave it there because there's no point of taking it off unless I have to, because I'm not sure if that front tint is quite legal, but let's not talk about that. So now we can open up the windows. As you can see, we can do it from the key, and we can move on to the inside of the car, showing you exactly how it looks. So this is how the car looks on the inside. As you can see, we have some black leather interior. This is the door card. We do have the individual speakers, which is actually quite a good thing. So the first thing I'll touch up on is the individual sound system. When I was actually buying a BMW E92 M3, that wasn't an option that I had to have in the M3. But now that I actually bought one with the option, it actually makes the whole experience a lot better of listening to music in the car. So I'm actually really happy I ended up buying an M3 with the individual sound system. As you can see, the car has a DCT transmission, and we have the iDrive, which the screen is right here. So the car is a competition model, and it came with this carbon stitch trim, which in my opinion looks actually quite good. As you can see, it's over on this side, and we have it all the way to the end there. This panel at the bottom here is actually, I think, leather. It's not plastic like in other cars, which actually is a nice touch on the M3. So I did buy the M3 with a DCT, which is actually quite a controversial topic that I want to talk about in one of the future videos, because everyone seems to want a DCT, and I was like that at the start until I drove my brother's E92 M3, which is a manual. It has a short shifter and everything like that, and it just works so good that I would literally swap this E92 M3 DCT for a manual version right now without even hesitation. I was actually looking for a manual, but this one came up in DCT, and I was like, let's just buy it, see what it's like. Now I have the option of driving both. I can drive my brother's E92 M3 that is manual and see how that feels, and then compare it to the DCT model. So that is actually something that I will do in the future. If you want to check out my brother's video, he actually drove this DCT recently after driving a manual M3 for like over a year, and he just gives his first thoughts on the DCT transmission. So if that's something what you're interested in, make sure to check that video out. I'll leave it in the description. I'll leave his channel somewhere on the screen as well. So if that's what you're interested in, have a look at that video, and you will maybe change your mind about the DCT and manual transmission. Because so far I see everyone wanting the DCT transmission, but I don't know why. I don't see the big hype in the DCT. Don't get me wrong, it does work good, but I would just probably prefer a manual, because I don't daily this car. It's more of a weekend car where I would like to go to like mountain roads and drive it around, have fun, maybe drift as well. So that may be the reason why I would prefer manual. But at the same time, even if I was to daily a car, I would prefer to have a manual E92 M3. And maybe after I have some fun with this car, I will sell it and buy a manual version. You never know. We'll find out in the future, I guess. So this is what the steering wheel looks like. We do have some wear on this plastic part. I will be replacing or repairing this. I'm not sure yet. We do have some small wear on the steering wheel all the way around, but the steering wheel will definitely be replaced to a different one because there is a lot of options like carbon, suede and Alcantara and all that stuff. So that is one thing I will be replacing as well. And the paddles as well with that will be changed to magnetic paddles because the feeling, I actually don't know the feeling. All I've seen is videos, and through videos it seems like it's a really good thing to have. So that is something I'll be buying soon, and I'll also make a video about it as well. As you can see, it's all black leather inside. We do have an armrest right here. We have also a black headliner, which I think is in every M3. The back seats, I don't know if there's anything to talk about there, but if you want to see, this is the way they look. There's actually 2 seats in a BMW E92 M3. No one usually drives there because I usually drive on my own or with 2 people, so I don't use them at all. So my E92 M3 came with around 143,000 kilometers. I've done about 1,000 kilometers already, as you can see. I've done around 1,000 kilometers, and one thing for sure with this V8, you're at the petrol station every second day, basically, depending on how much you drive. I haven't driven that much, but it feels like I'm at the petrol station every second day. And that is one thing you need to realize. When you buy a car like this, it drinks a lot of fuel. It's something I wasn't used to because I had a Mark V GTI before this car. And recently I also bought an Audi S3 that is modified, and it has been crashed, and I will be making videos about that car as well. So if that's something you're interested in, I have a few videos on that car already, the whole repairing process of that car, so check them out if you want. But I'm going to focus on this E92 M3 for now. I make mainly videos on the M3 because that is the main car of the channel. The S3 was just a quick flip before I buy the E92 M3, and unfortunately, more like fortunately, the E92 M3 came up like 1 month after I bought the Audi S3, so I had to buy it. There was no other option. I wasn't going to pass a deal on this E92 M3. So yeah, we are going to be making a lot of videos on the E92 M3, and also we will be making videos on the Audi S3 as well, because it's actually quite nice. It's modified. It has 320 horsepower, and it's got a custom exhaust and a couple of mods. So as I said, check them videos out if you want. We will be making more videos on the Audi S3 as well. So let's get back into this video on the M3. Okay, so I think that's going to cover the walk around on the outside of the car and also the inside of the car. Now we can move on to me showing you exactly what is wrong with this car specifically, everything that I need to change or repaint and just fix in general for the car to look as good as I want it to look, as I've already said previously. Okay, so starting off with the outside of the car, as you can see, this headlight looks nice and crisp and clean, and then this headlight right here needs to be resealed because we have some condensation inside. As you can see, it doesn't look the best, but I'm not too worried about the headlights because I want to modify them anyway, so I have to take them apart, and whenever I modify them, which will be in one of the future videos, I will be resealing the headlights completely. So that is going to be one problem out of the way, and the new headlights will look amazing in my opinion, so stay tuned for that video. Alright, so the next thing on this car is that we have to repaint the whole front bumper. You probably can't see yet, but right here we have a nice crack all the way over here, and it is actually bothering me, so I'm going to repaint the whole bumper. We also have some cracks at the bottom here, something happening right here as well. We do have some paint cracked right here, and also right here, maybe you can see that right here we have some cracks on the bumper. And on the topic of painting, we do have to paint more things on the car because both of the front fenders have actually been cracked. It's a common thing on the E92 M3, we do have plastic fenders, so they do seem to crack. The previous owner actually hit a curb. Well, he went up too close to a curb and both of the brackets have failed, they've cracked. So I will be replacing both fenders definitely. I do have the new fenders actually bought already and they're at home. They're just waiting for me to find a new front bumper so I can paint all the parts at once and replace them at once, also taking care of the headlights while I take off the front bumper. As you can see, as I've mentioned, these gaps on the fenders and the bumper are actually quite big because of this here. You can see we have some brackets that have been broken on the fender here, and instead of repairing these fenders, because I know you can repair them, I would prefer just to buy new fenders and have that out of the way, because once you repair these fenders maybe they will crack at some stage and I just don't want to go through the hassle of that. I've bought new fenders. I actually found a really good deal on new original fenders and I will be just repainting them fenders and changing them, and I'm just going to sell these fenders because someone will probably want to buy them cheaper and repair them themselves and repaint them and use them for their car, and that is just something that I don't want to have problems with in the future of me actually repairing them and them breaking again. This is what the driver's side looks like. As you can see, we do have this fender cracked right here as well. Now the next thing on the car I've already mentioned is the competition wheels. As you can see, every single wheel has been scratched. We can check out this wheel. It's in better shape, but it's also scratched as well. So I'm just gonna take these wheels off and send them off to get completely repaired, refurbished and repainted in the exact same color, because I do like the black car with the silver wheels. It's just so much better for taking photos and videos, and in general it just looks a lot better in my opinion than having a black car with black wheels. Now moving on to the back of the car, as I've already mentioned, this M3 badge needs to go because it is faded, as you can probably see right now, and also this BMW badge has seen better days. You can't really see it on the camera, but trust me, I do want to replace this badge because it's just going to make the car look a bit fresh, and it is a bit faded as well. Another thing on the back of the car, just have a look how this E92 M3 looks like from the back. I think every angle on this car just looks so good. But the rear bumper, you probably won't really be able to see it, but we have some paint cracked right here on this side, and also on this side there's a bit of a crack, which the back bumper I'm actually going to leave for now the way it is. It's not one of my priorities like the other things because it's actually not really noticeable, but in the future I will take the bumper off and repaint the whole bumper just to make it look that small bit better as well. So one more thing I want to show you when it comes to the damages is actually we have a dent on the car right here. You can probably see from this angle, you can probably see it the best. The dent is right here, but I think PDR will take that out. So that dent I'm not really too worried about because there is no damage in the paint, and I think PDR will be able to take that out. So that is also one of the things that I will do quite soon, is go to a place that does PDR and see if they can repair this damage on the quarter panel. So I think we don't actually have to paint the whole quarter panel. We can get that dent fixed quite easily and quite cheap as well, comparing to repainting the whole quarter panel. That would be just pointless to do when there is no paint damage. I've already mentioned the carbon roof. As you can see, the clear coat is peeling and the carbon roof is actually a bit yellow as well. So this carbon roof will be getting completely stripped from the clear coat and it will be getting repainted soon as well. Now when it comes to the inside of the car, there is no major problems except that it needs a full deep clean on the inside. I'm just waiting for a bit better weather so I can do a full deep clean on the interior and actually the exterior as well. But the exterior I'm probably going to wait for painting the front end. And then once the front end is repainted and the front headlights have been modified and resealed properly, I will do a full paint correction on the whole car outside and also ceramic coat, and maybe PPF the front end because it's going to have fresh paint, so I don't really want any rock chips and stuff like that. So that is something to look forward to as well, because I will be making a video on that in the future. So it got a bit dark, I just took off the filter on my lens, but basically this right here is probably the worst part on these seats. As you can see, the stitches have let go right here. When it comes to the seats, they're actually not in bad condition overall, but that one part where the stitches let go, I will have to either check how to do it myself or just send it off to someone so they can fix it, and I don't have to worry about that, because if I don't fix that, the whole side of the seat will probably tear up even more, and I don't really want to deal with that hassle in the future. So I'm going to take care of it now so it can be fixed and we don't have more problems with that part of the seat in the future. I've already mentioned the steering wheel, which you probably won't really be able to see, but maybe you can from this angle. We have some cracks on the top here and on the side. There is some wear on the steering wheel, but soon enough I will be probably replacing the steering wheel. That is one of the mods that I have planned, so I'm not really too worried about that part. Actually, I'm gonna open up the hood and show you what it looks like under the hood, because it looks like no one has been in here for about 10 years, and we do have some things that we need to take care of when it comes to under the hood of this massive V8. So as you can see, it is quite dusty under here. So we do have to do a full deep clean of the engine bay, because this car is just too nice to have a filthy engine bay like this. Now, one of the things we have to do is actually replace the valve cover gaskets, because as you can see, they are a bit leaking. So in my opinion, I'm just going to do them valve cover gaskets because I want to just get that out of the way so it doesn't leak even more. There is no engine oil loss, but I would prefer detail this full engine bay and change the valve cover gaskets, so we obviously don't have any more problems down the line when it comes to the valve cover gaskets leaking oil. So whenever I do the oil change on this car, I will most likely do the valve cover gaskets, and that is going to be quite soon, so we can get that fixed. I will maybe try to do a video on that as well, depending on how much time I have. Okay, so I think that's pretty much it for this video. You've seen a full walk around of my E92 M3. You know exactly what the car looks like. You've also seen everything that I need to repair on the car, repaint, fix, touch up and everything like that. So I will most likely be making videos from all them things that I need to fix and repair on the car, so stay tuned for them videos. They will be probably coming soon, because I want to get this car repaired and ready to modify for summer. So I need to hurry up and get this car repaired the way I want it to look so I can start modifying it. One of the things I want to really do is change up the exhaust. A common mod on these cars is to modify the rear muffler, and it looks like that has been done to the car because there's welds on the stock muffler. I've done the mod on my brother's car and there is no sound on this car compared to what it sounded like on my brother's car after we did that mod. I will throw in a quick clip of how the car sounds like with the exhaust, and one of the future videos I want to take that muffler off, cut it open and see exactly what has been done inside, if anything has been done inside. But if there has been nothing modified on the muffler of the car, I will modify it myself. After that mod on the stock muffler, the engine actually starts to sound a lot nicer, so that is one of the things I'm looking forward to doing on this car. As I've said, I have a list of videos I want to make on this car before I actually fix it up and start to modify it. So if you want to see more videos on the E92 M3, make sure to subscribe. If you liked this video, make sure to hit the like button. Drop a comment down below if you want to see more videos on the E92 M3, and also if you have any ideas of videos that I can make on my car, make sure to drop them down as well in the comments. without wasting any time, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.